Hey everyone, this is Dan Bell, and welcome to Checkout Time. This is episode number 3, and we are going to be talking about the Super 8 hotel in Essex, Maryland. Of course, we don't have Rick with us.
Of course.
Again tonight. Our schedules are very, very difficult, and he has a lot of stuff going on right now. Mm-hmm. But he will do some episodes of this feature with us eventually. And with us, though, we do have Wee Wee. Yes, Wee Wee's behind. Here, pet her. See if she...
Wee Wee.
Aww. We lit Wee Wee.
Wee Wee's got the best lighting. Look at her.
So anyway, let's get into this. I was pretty shocked by this motel. Actually, it's not a motel, it's a hotel. Super 8 refers to themselves as a hotel, although...
The state of it was like a motel.
I think it's more like a motel. I've seen motels in better shape than this place. So when we walked in, it seemed nice. And you can see the lobby here. Mm-hmm. Or not lobby, but reception area. It seemed pretty decent. And so that made me kind of nervous because I was like, well, they're charging $100 for the room. I'm like, how bad could it possibly be?
Thought we were getting a nice room.
And on the surface, when you see the room, it does look like
bad.
It looks decent, but it was not decent at all. It was so bad. It was just, I think the most shocking thing was how much mouse droppings were present in the room. There was mouse shit everywhere. On the bed. Under the bed. On the bed skirts. The mice had been crawling in the bed probably because they hadn't cleaned anything. Yep. And there's crumbs in the bed. I mean, we found food in the bed. There's actually... I'm going to show you some outtakes here at the end of this video of different things that we found that didn't make the final cut of the video. But we found a lot of weird little like things, and
I don't even know what they were.
It's just gross. But I think that the worst thing that I thought was that stain at the end of bed number 2.
Oh God. Okay,
so when Rick said that he thought that some of the stains were diarrhea, I was kind of like, well, it could be coffee too.
Yeah.
But some people have suggested, they're like, well, it could be this, it could be that. Of course it could. I mean, we're
testing ourselves, really.
We're speculating what it could be because we're not testing these materials. So it's not like I have like a puke test or a shit test in my in our little like bag of tricks. We don't have that. No. So, that would require very expensive, I would assume, send away testing to find out, are those acids, stomach acids or bowel acids or what? I don't know how they would test it, but
and I don't care enough to send something out to see if it's shit. Yeah.
But the one thing that was like, then I was like, okay, these could be shit, was the stain at the end of bed number 2 when you pulled the blanket back, and I looked down and I saw the stain, and then it smelled like stale. You know what it reminded me of? When I was younger, I think I was 17, 18, I used to babysit my friend's baby. And this was an infant baby, very young. She was only like maybe a couple months old when I started babysitting her. And my friend used not disposable, those cloth diapers.
Oh, the ones you reuse and wash.
They're horrible. They're like the worst things ever. But you would have a after the cloth was soiled, you would throw it into a bin, and then a company would come and take the bin away and bring you new nappies, I guess they call them.
Nappies.
So the smell reminded me of that bin.
Oh God.
And when I remember the bin was in the basement. It was like a cat box baby for the poor baby, and I would take her cloth diaper. If I took her to the mall or whatever, like I would just throw the diapers in the trash. I'm like, I'm not taking these with me. But at home or at my friend's house, I would always take them to the bin, and when you open that thing up, that smell would hit you, and that's what that reminded me of. That sort of stale shit odor. It was
remind you of a garbage can.
It was horrible. It was so bad. So yeah. So then I started thinking, it probably could have been diarrhea. There were a couple spots where it was in the right spot. But again, it's all speculation. We don't know what it is.
Could be anything.
Could be coffee. Could be this, that, the other. But I
think coffee or shit. It's one of the two. It had that color.
Yeah. So we did find out one thing about this Super 8. So it wasn't that long ago. Did I tell you about the woman?
Oh, yeah.
I sent you and Rick the link.
April, I think, right?
April.
Yeah.
They found a woman in this hotel. She had been beaten, and she was wrapped in a blanket sitting in the bathtub. And so they were doing a whole investigation. They were looking for her boyfriend who was staying there with her. He was nowhere to be found. And they found him the next day. He had committed suicide.
Jesus.
And, this is a rough place. I mean, rough people stay here. When we went...
when we got there.
When we got there, it was like... this, homeless lady had a...
She had, a meltdown.
She was having, a meltdown. Seriously, she was saying racist stuff about the owners, and
she wouldn't leave,
and she had all these bags, and she was walking around with one of those carts, those laundry carts, and she had bag after bag after bag, and I don't exactly know what was going on. I don't know if she was trying to check in or if she was...
It looked like she was trying to get a room, but she didn't have enough money, I think, because she said something like, only got $50 or something like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know anyone who had enough money to stay at this place. It's an expensive hotel.
$100
for what you're getting.
Did we find out how much the other room were? Because this wasn't the suite, right? This was just a regular room.
This was not the suite. No. The suites go for I think they were 115 or 120. This room was $84.99 plus tax, so it came to $98 and something. So one of the suites would have been probably close to $130
with the tax.
And they're charging extra to have those seats. The fucking chair in the room, that
disgusting chair.
I mean, you're selling this room for $100, and you're going to have that dirty ass cum covered office chair and the other chair with mice crawling in them, and even the pillows, man. I mean, they're just covered with sweat and stains and drippage and goo.
Change your pillows, places. All these places.
I have stayed at some really nice hotels in my lifetime. I have stayed in some really extravagant hotels, and you always know when they care about the room, because when you walk in, you can just feel that it's perfect. It's, that you just know everything is going to be spotless. I've been to hotels where you can literally, because I always check the room, especially now since we've been doing this.
Oh yeah, especially now.
OCD about going to these places. I mean, I'm serious. I'm freaked out at this point. I really am at a point where I'm can I ever have a calm or worry-free experience at a hotel ever again?
I don't think so. We're if we ever go to a hotel again, we're going to be checking every surface, everything, to make sure. Because
it's not even the sides of the bed or under the bed. The real horror comes when you get look at the mattress and you look under the mattress. It just... Every time it's something awful.
Yeah.
This bed had now somebody said that wasn't a cum stain. It could be from washing the sheet too much.
Oh, it just gets thinning out.
Yeah, but to me it looked like
it did. Yeah,
that's it. It looked like the sheet had not been washed. And in the condition of this room, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
And someone also said this stain here is the one Rick said could be diarrhea, but it could also be vomit.
Could be. Well, I would think. I mean, it's up by the head, so I don't know about the diarrhea, but
It's probably vomit.
Probably.
Because see that stuff splashed on the wall there?
Oh, yeah.
So gross. You imagine you're like sleeping and you like put your hand, you're like laying there in the morning and you like put your hand up and all of a sudden your hand is like touching like a chunky part of the bed skirt.
Oh,
God. So anyway, one of the things that, these look suspicious, like diarrhea stains.
A little bit.
They could also be puke.
Could be.
They're not drinks.
No. Nobody's spilling that much coffee on these beds.
I'm sorry. Not a drink. There's just something, I just don't believe that could be a drink.
You know what? When we first took this back, I was like, oh, you know what? The beds are nice. And then we found the mouse shit stuck to it.
Mouse poop and that hole in the bed where obviously the mouse or whatever burrowed into the mattress. So if you're sleeping on this bed, you're probably going to... Because the mouse obviously... unless it chewed its way out of the cover...
Yeah. You're sleeping on the remains of a mouse.
I love how they put a cover over a mattress in that condition.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Who cares? I mean, obviously people don't check any of this. They just go and they lay on the bed and sleep. So they can get away with a lot of things.
I guess you're right. I mean...
But this is
this is unbelievable.
All it takes is 10 minutes and a broom, and you're done.
They're not even carpet. Like, it's just get under there with a Swiffer and clean it out. Yeah. But nobody cares. They don't care at this place.
No, not at all.
They don't care. They'll take your money, but they don't give a shit about the cleanliness of their facility. So I am... If this room had been... like Rick said, like $35.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been a different outcome. So I would have been like, you're getting a deal, $35. I mean, it's cheap.
Mm-hmm. You're getting a deal.
But see, that's the thing. Like, what are you willing? Because I wouldn't sleep in this room.
No, it's like, what are you willing to put up with for $35?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sleep on that bed. After finding, if I saw mouse shit, I wouldn't sleep in the room.
On the bed?
I mean, sleeping with mouse poop is not healthy.
Not at all.
So, I got Rick a bunch of new toys to use on the show, the magnifying glass. And we did use some of the testing materials, the Hemi sticks and the... Oh, we didn't use the luminol.
No,
we used the cocaine.
The cocaine.
We just wanted to play around with our stuff.
It was fun.
But I'll show you those tests that we ran in the additional footage on this video.
I really can't wait until we use like the cocaine test and it's positive.
I know.
Oh, it's going to be so great.
I got to get some more testing stuff for different drugs. And
you're waiting on
I'm waiting on the cum test.
The semen test.
But see, the problem with that, it's
out of stock.
No, the problem with the semen test is it's actually a really time consuming testing process. It's not easy. It's not like the Hemi stick where you just swab it, or luminol where you spray it.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different. So I like how Rick though made all the notes for the thing, and then we ended up not using it. But I think it's good for him to test that stuff out, because I want him to do the tests since he's the resident expert,
professional
on the show. But we've been having a blast with the show. Seriously, it's like so much fun. I mean, I think even if people weren't watching it, like I would still have fun doing it. I just wouldn't even care. I would just continue to make these videos because I really do have fun.
I mean, I feel like you guys can tell that we're having a bunch of fun.
It's just so interesting. It's like, I don't know. It's a shock value, but I just feel like we're doing something that is meaningful in a way, because I mean, I can't even tell you how many people have messaged me saying, oh my god, I'll never go to a room and not check it anymore. If people were this thorough when they go to their hotels, you wouldn't bring home bed bugs.
Nope.
You know, you wouldn't get sick from who knows what, mold, whatever else is on the bed. So, I mean, this is a good thing.
Yeah, and there wouldn't be hotels like this.
No, there wouldn't.
If everybody was checking and you'd go down
if everyone checked,
I'm not staying here.
If everyone checked, there would not be places that...
They would do their job.
And they would be on their toes, you know, just knowing that they would be called out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is unacceptable. It's just... Everywhere when are we going to get a room that's like a 6 or 7?
Can we... I mean, that would be great if we just go in a room and we're like, well...
But we got to keep... See, the whole point of the show, or how we choose rooms, is we're on TripAdvisor. We go on TripAdvisor. It has to be low rated.
Terrible.
So it has to be really bad reviews. And if we go... There's always a chance that we'll get a room that's not dirty, and we're like, well, these reviews could be inaccurate. Yeah. So,
or the hotel or motel, actually,
up.
They're like, we need to do something about this.
But they never do.
No.
They never do. So we'll just continue to search and hope and pray.
That we don't come home with bed bugs.
Because that's one thing, like bed bugs. We haven't found any yet.
None.
We will.
We will.
Don't worry.
I'm dreading the day.
It's going to happen eventually. We will find bed bugs.
Luckily, we have suits.
We have Tyvek suits. Yes, we have coveralls. So if we do find bed bugs, we have to put our coveralls on.
I love Rick and my tug of war with the pillows right here.
He turned it the wrong way, you see. Are you in frame?
Am I? I don't know. Can you guys see me? Technical difficult. I kind of. I can't block Wee Wee.
Oh, that's true.
She's much cuter than me.
Yeah. Look at her. She's like a little angel.
Oh.
It looks like...
she doesn't even care. She's just sleeping.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
I'm on camera, whatever.
She's lit and...
Wee Wee's lit.
No, not lit. I mean lit. She's lit with a green light. She's comfortable. So anyway, we're gonna, when we do find bed bugs, it's gonna be awful. It's
gonna be terrible. I'm gonna be horrified, and I'm gonna put the suit on quicker than possible.
We can't freak out though. We gotta keep, we gotta be.
Oh, God. Well, one of us can freak out, and that'll be me. And you can get it on tape, and it'll be good. Because
I'm not freaked out by bugs. I mean, I don't like roaches, bed bugs. I don't know how freaked out I'm going to be by them.
Oh, if we open up the bed and we see millions of them in the corner, you're going to be a little freaked out.
I don't know. I'm actually quite fascinated by bed bugs.
Oh, well.
I mean, I am.
Well, just because you're filming and you don't have to touch them.
Well, I mean, they're fascinating little pests. I mean, if you actually look into the science of them. No, it's just cool. There's a channel on YouTube, and I just posted it on my Twitter. If you're not on my Twitter, it's at This Is Dan Bell on Twitter. Sci something. What's that channel? I can't remember the name of the channel, but anyway, they did a video recently on bed bugs, and they said something really interesting about it. Is that bed bugs were actually cave dwelling bugs originally, and they would feed on bats. And then what happened was we had cavemen. So cavemen would come into caves, because the bed bugs didn't come out of the caves. It's when cavemen went into the caves and started living in caves is when we started with the bed bug epidemic. Now it's an epidemic. If they had just kept DDT around, we wouldn't have the fucking things.
Bring back DDT.
Yeah. Asbestos and DDT needs to make a comeback immediately. But one of the interesting things, too, they said was back in the day when they had steel bed frames. The reason that they had those back in the day, this was before DDT, was because they could take them and wipe them down with kerosene and set them on fire, and it would kill bed bugs. So, and that's where the whole nursery rhyme, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. That's where it all comes from. But once they got rid of DDT, it was all over. But there's some horrifying bedbug videos on YouTube.
Oh yes, there are.
The one with the house, this extermination company in somewhere. I don't know where it is. Florida, somewhere. Arizona. I don't know where it is. But anyway, they are treating this house for bedbugs, and the whole house is filled with bedbugs.
Yeah.
Like in the bedroom, the wall is just covered with spots of blood where the guy was smacking them. There's that diarrhea stain, by the way. He was just smacking them on the wall at night when they were biting him. He slept in this room for... he must have been mentally...
had to be. It was all over the bed, all over his pillows. I mean, and remember his dresser had he had animals living on top of it.
Yeah. He was like a hoarder or something. So sad, but he slept in that bed and the underneath of the bed. Remember when they lifted it up and there
was all
it was just like hundreds of thousands of bed bugs, literally
so many.
They were crawling along the walls. I mean, that's how many bed bugs were in this house. So you should go check out that video.
Yeah, it was really
look at it. It is terrifying. But it's also really interesting. But
they had those. They had like these huge heaters that they just sat in a room, and you could watch the bed bugs die. They'd like crawl a little bit and just stop.
And the sad thing is, a lot of people can't afford to get their homes treated for bed bugs, so they'll have bed bugs, and they have to use different remedies to get rid of them because the treatments for bed bugs are thousands of dollars. I mean, it's very expensive. So if you get bed bugs, they're not easy to get rid of.
And the at-home treatments don't really work. Like everything that you can read online to help you get rid of bed bugs, it doesn't really work until you get them to come in and do something.
Yep, pretty
whatever
much.
they do.
So that's why we're going to be extra vigilant whenever if we find bed bugs. Because we don't want to end up bringing it home. When we go, we always now we have that bag we bring with us, so we just set it down on a.
Well, when we found the rat crap or the rat, I keep calling them rats, the mouse crap on the mattress, I thought it was a bed bug, and I was ready to just run and get that suit on.
I like when Rick was like, get back. Yeah. I'll put that in the extras as well. Rick's like, oh, get back. And Will's just holds his hands up and he's pressed against the wall. Get back, Will. Get back.
Get back. Dan, go against the wall.
Get back against the wall now. Turn around.
Rick had an ulterior motive.
A bed bug pat down.
You guys need to strip.
We need to burn our clothes in the bathtub.
Then we all need to shower together. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
That would be a great episode, wouldn't it?
Oh, God.
Another dirty room.
Extra dirty edition. Buy the uncensored video on my website.
That would be a pretty film. The three of us,
oh my God,
nude in a shower.
God, no!
Look at us. Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Dirty edition. Oh my God! Lots of nut stains on the wall.
Oh yes, plenty.
So we're going to be filming some new episodes
soon,
yes, and we're looking forward to seeing what we can find. We're going to some of the worst that I could find. So we'll see. That's so gross.
We're going to one that has my favorite hotel review I've ever read.
Oh, don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell him, but it's hilarious.
Which one are you talking about?
Remember the guy? He said it.
Oh, yeah.
This is where you bring
yeah, okay. Oh, man. That review is about to become famous.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good review. you know, I don't know if I'll ever get bored doing these. I really don't think I will. It's a weird kind of excitement.
Yeah.
When we start pulling things back.
Like, what are we going to find?
Like, oh my God, what are we going to find? It's so funny when Rick does that shit with the microwave. He couldn't get the thing back in the groove. Oh my God. I'm like, what is he doing? I thought he was joking around. He wasn't joking around.
He couldn't get it.
We were supposed to film tonight. Mm-hmm. And Rick was too tired.
Sir Rick could not do it.
Yeah, he was... He is the most difficult co-star. Look at this. What is he doing?
And you think he's done, but no.
No, he just keeps going, making noise.
Yeah, and...
oh, remember when we checked in? That's another thing I forgot. When we checked in, so we got our keys to the room. We go up to the room. Oh, yeah. The keys don't work.
No, not at all.
No big deal. We go back downstairs. The keys don't work. He says, okay, he gives us new keys. We go up. The keys don't work again.
They don't work.
So we go back down. We're like, the keys don't work. He's like, okay, I'll be right back.
Stay here.
So then we're standing. That's when I filmed Rick
that's
with
when Rick got his Teddy Grahams.
His Teddy Grahams. The guy goes upstairs with some machine and some... I'm like, why doesn't he just give us another room? Like, why are we having to do this?
Why are we waiting?
10 minutes goes by. He comes back down. He's like, I'm going to give you another room. We're like...
Should have did that in the
first place. You should have did that 10 minutes ago. Gives us another room. We go up. It's open. And what a lovely room it was.
Oh, yes.
He switched. Wonder what was in the other room.
That's what I thought. I was like, is the room that we could have gotten worse?
Man, that fucking air conditioner was nasty as shit. I got it cigarette butts in it. It was so gross.
The thing that grossed me out was all the way in the back. What it looked like. Remember?
Yeah, it was like years of dust and mold and grime. It's disgusting. That chair had that huge stain on it. Like, who would sit in that? You know, it's funny, if you go to Super 8's Essex Facebook page, you can see people who posted pictures of their time at the hotel. And there's one of a guy, like this like real like rough looking guy, sitting in a chair with this kid. He's sitting in one of those chairs with a kid, and he's smoking a cigarette. I'm like,
was his review, man, he had a great time?
It's like, he's a cigarette, and one of those chairs is some poor kid who's like breathing in cigarette smoke. Some guy on YouTube, he was like, what person would smoke with their kids in the room? And I'm like, my parents. Like, that's what they did my entire childhood. Everywhere I went was a cloud of cigarette smoke.
Some people think cigarette smoke doesn't hurt anybody else around them.
It doesn't. That secondhand smoke shit,
secondhand bullshit. Nothing. Doesn't do anything.
No, it really does. It does. Yes. It is damaging. It sucks. I wish cigarettes were good for you, because I really do enjoy smoking cigarettes, but I can't. I don't. Last time I've quit and started, but the last time it was just like my body couldn't handle it anymore.
Your cough was horrendous.
I was coughing like
it was terrible. Dan sounded like he was dying every time he took a puff of a cigarette.
I sounded like Jackie Gleason on his deathbed. I'm like, I'll be fine. Because I didn't want to quit smoking for the road trip. Yeah. I was like, I'll quit smoking after we go.
You guys, this is what Dan said to me once. I should have never quit smoking. I should have just kept on going and I'd be fine.
Yeah, I was like, if I'd never quit, I wouldn't be coughing. Oh my God. That's how sick I am with cigarettes. I love cigarettes.
That's how much you love them.
I mean, I really do. I get so jealous watching people smoke. I'm like, oh God, I wish I could smoke. Like, I don't even drink because I'm afraid I'll smoke.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it is. I am like a complete and utter nicotine addict.
You just need to start on that vape life, man.
I have vape life.
Vape life.
I literally have dreams about smoking, and if you're an ex-smoker, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I have dreams where I smoke, and I'm like, oh, it is such a great dream, and I wake up feeling guilty. I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to have to quit again. But then I realize, wait, you're not smoking. But there are times, man, I'm just like, oh, I want a cigarette so bad.
So you don't wake up and want a cigarette?
There isn't a time I don't want a cigarette.
You want a cigarette 24/7.
There's always room for a cigarette. Yeah, I love cigarettes. I love them. I had a dream last night about smoking too. Marlboros. I love Marlboros, and then when you're trying to be healthy, you can switch to Marlboro Lights.
Oh, that's the healthy? I thought American Eagle was a healthy cigarette.
It's a healthy alternative to... what is that?
I don't know what you're looking at. Dan's looking at text messages while we're trying to do the damn commentary.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, so, it's so sad smoking too, because I would have done that.
That would have been like, you?
Who's there?
Who are you?
There's someone outside the door. Fuck! I knew they'd find.
They found me.
What do they want? It's some lady who wants to clean the room.
I'm not leaving. I don't care if it's 11.
You know this place doesn't have maids. What is she doing? Now, some people said this is something that we have to do from now on. We cannot compare rooms to other rooms. So you can't say this is like, we're still trying to work the system out. Basically, we go in, if we're going to do this, we can't say, well, this is much better than the last room.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We have to rate the room individually. So that's what we're going to do.
Well, if I would,
we can't level everything to El Rich and say, because we're going to find a worse room.
Oh, of course.
Everyone thinks, oh, you'll never have El Rich. We will find them.
Yeah.
You haven't been to Baltimore motels. There are worse rooms than El Rich. Trust me.
And I mean, if I would have put this up against the El Rich, I would have gave this a 9. I think I gave a fair rating.
I think 3 was just fine. He was just fine. Anyway, we're not going to show you the very end because I want to go into additional outtakes.
Additional footage.
But I want to thank you all very much for watching. Keep sharing the videos.
Please.
Keep putting them on your Facebook. Keep sharing it on Twitter. Keep hashtagging Another Dirty Room. This is a movement. Anyway, you guys, we'll be back in 2 Wednesdays with this show, and then we'll be back in 2 Fridays with another Dirty Room episode. And I think that's all we're going to say for the night.
All right.
Bed number 2. Will it be as good as bed number 1?
Well, this makes me think it's going to be worse. It's got...
Well, it looks like
What? It's just somebody dropped their cigar.
somebody likes to smoke.
Will.
It was a Cuban.
Will. We're trying to keep it PG-13.
It's a blanket.
So I'm going to take, and I'm going to dip this in distilled water, this little Q-tip. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to swab this area we thought looked like it could be blood. It also says you can just slice a little bit out of that. Take this ampule and put it to the side. And I have to take this and try to break off and just put a portion of this in there instead of the whole thing.
Right.
I take this.
Now move your hand so everybody can see.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I'm going to break this, intentionally, this bottom ampule.
Okay.
I think I'm going to break this.
There you go.
Okay. Careful not to cut yourself with the glass. Tap that down into the brown colored liquid, the Q-tip.
There you go.
So it's totally saturated first.
All right.
That's pretty good prep. Now you take this and you replace it inside. There's a second reagent, what do you think this is?
I don't know.
Okay, so what we're actually using is potassium ferricyanide. That's the brown stuff. And now we're going to add some hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
That's this part up here.
Okay.
Used for 40 years for presumptive detection of blood stains which are hidden from naked eye at crime scenes. That's what we're doing. We're using the same technique going back 40 years. And if this turns blue-green, that indicates we were lucky and we got blood.
And it's a negative. There's not blood.
Oh well.
Not blood, so it's just food.
Yeah. So
but it was still cool to test it.
Yeah.
Rick was all excited.
It would have been really cool if it was turning the right color.
Yes.
Because before we had this, we just could say,
yeah, we could say,
it's blood. Oh.
Right, but now we can actually test it, so pretty cool.
Thanks a lot. I drew that molecule and everything, and it didn't even work.
Oh my god.
I'm scared to even get near the stain down here.
I can already see mouse droppings. There's a mouse dropping right there.
Ew! Oh god!
What is that?
It's like discolored mouse droppings. Right, Rick?
Let me see.
Wait a minute.
That's not mouse.
Those
What
are
is
not
that?
mice.
Get back. Get back. Get back.
Those look like some kind of egg carcass. Or egg, what is that, rice?
Is it rice?
I think it's food.
Oh. We're like, it's bed bugs.
But why would it be on the mattress?
Oh yeah, here's some more.
No, get closer. You can't laugh. Okay, now look at me and smile. Do it again. I can't.
Alright. Try to keep straight.
Alright.
Get close, Closer.
Look more serious.
Okay, go. That one was great. Let's do one more.
Alright, we'll dwell on this longer.
Yeah. Okay, so how long do you want to keep, like how many seconds?
When I say go, then you both look at me.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
Hold on.
Ready?
Look, and put some, be like,
So you want to...
yeah.
Okay.
Get closer. Get a little bit closer. Now. Okay, that was good.
Jesus.
Oh my god, that's too good.
Oh! We're lucky. There's a little rodent dropping right there, a small mouse. Right here.
Jesus.
There's a penny. We gotta put a penny on that. Gotta be added to our memorial.
This is the first place we've gone that has a Bible.
I'm cleaning this off because to respect the Lord.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
I know, boss. Insert or swipe key. Remove key. Turn handle.
Mysterious.
What is that?
It's on a microscopic level. I don't know what it is.
It looks like an insect.
It looks like an insect to me too.
Huh. Maybe we can get it up out of there. Let me grab my other camera. Hold on. Will is going to film with the phone, and Rick is going to get in there and try to...
I think that's not necessary. So let's take a...
Try to get as close as you can. Well, Will,
So
I think you can
use-
come back a little bit on that and let Rick get in there with that.
I'm going to use some of the items provided to us for this stay. And here, I'll improvise and do a MacGyver.
Will, pull back a little bit more. Oh, you're good, you're good.
It's nothing.
It's stuck.
It's like a head of a nail.